Hi Lower Primary and welcome to a new week of performing arts and our final full week of this academic year. How very exciting. So we're halfway through our choreography competition challenge. Let's see what today brings. So just to recap, we are halfway through making the best dance ever. Don't forget, you are going to need to film your dance and upload it to Seesaw. Ask a grown-up to help you on Friday if you want to be in with a chance of winning the competition. And so far, last week, we looked at loads of different stuff. We chose music, we added levels, we've included a mixture of shapes, sizes, pathways, and speeds, which we know now is called tempo. So, day 6. And today's new dance word is dynamics. So, think back to Friday and remember when I asked you to dance like you were very sad and then you had to dance like you'd got some exciting news. Which dance did you put in the most energy and took the most effort? Think about it to yourself or tell somebody in the room. All right. So let's explain a little bit what dynamics are. They are, like I've just said about our work on Friday, they are changes in the amount of effort or the energy that we put into every dance move. And it also might affect the tempo or the speed, which is why I've linked that together, just like when we looked at sad and excited moves on Friday. So maybe when you were acting sad, you were moving slow, but you were doing quite gentle, soft moves. It wasn't spiky. It was just really flowy, smooth moves. And maybe when you were excited, this was really sharp, quick moves with lots of power in them. So you can see how the quality of your movement and the energy you've put in has changed a lot with those two different emotions. A dancer changes the dynamics in a dance all the time, and that is to make it interesting to watch, and it also can help the audience to understand how the dancer might be feeling. So it's your turn. Get up and make sure you've got some space back away from the screen. We are going to try moving with some different dynamics. So can you find some space to move and dance like each of the following ideas on the next slides? So first, can you move like a leaf floating to the ground? How might that move? Lovely. You can use the picture to help too if you need to. Let's move on. How would you move as if you were swimming through water? Perfect. Already I'm sure you're seeing some changes in the way you move. What about if you had to move through honey, thick honey? How would you move? Excellent. That's a fun one. How about if you just touched a hot stove, so the oven and the top where your parents might cook? What would happen if you touched that? How would you move? I'm going to guess you just moved really differently to the moving through honey one. What about if you're moving around in a dark room so you can't see very well? How might you move? Excellent. Excellent. I wonder if the tempo for moving in a dark room was much slower than if you touched a hot stove. What about if you're feeling shocks of electricity? How would you move? Give it a try. Great. I bet there's a lot of running and jumping and screaming going on right now. Okay, so you've just had a chance to move in lots of different ways using a lot of different dynamics. Let me explain to you today's task. Practice your dance first to make sure you remember everything you've done last week, because we've had a whole weekend's break, so make sure you remember it. Then look back over your moves a little more carefully. How could you add dynamics? So all the different moves that we just thought of, are there some moments in your dance where you could add some sharper moves? Maybe you've got a punch or an arm up to high that you could really make really sharp and tense your muscles. Are there moments where you could float? So gentle hand movements or gentle head rolls and then a sharp arm. Really look at how you can add some dynamics into the dance you've got so far. And now might be a good time to film yourself for the first time and watch it back. So we're halfway through. What is your dance looking like to you? Can you be honest with yourself and think which parts you're really happy with and they look super cool, and which parts could you change slightly to make even better? And of course, have fun. That's what it's all about. So have a practice, add your dynamics, and then film yourself and watch it back to see if you need to make any changes. Excellent work, Lower Primary. Can't wait to see. Enjoy.